The View November 7, 2019, Representative Tulsi Gabbard joins the table. In her third appearance on the show this year, Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard appeared on The View Wednesday fighting back against those who have questioned her loyalty to her party and the country. "That is extremely offensive to me and to every woman of color," the Hawaii representative and presidential hopeful said on the talk show. Things got tense on Wednesday's episode of The View after Representative Tulsi Gabbard, D. Hawaii, went after the hosts for implying she was stupid during recent episodes. "Some of you have accused me of being a traitor to my country, a Russian asset, a Trojan horse or a useful idiot. I think is the term that you used, which basically means that I am naive or lack intelligence," Gabbard said, adding that she wanted to set the record straight. Last month, Gabbard engaged in a tussle with former Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton, who told David Plouffe on Campaign HQ, a podcast run by the 2008 Obama campaign manager, that a female 2020 candidate was a favorite of the Russians and is being groomed by Republicans for a third-party run. The former Secretary of State suggested President Donald Trump's campaign would attempt to deflect votes from his Democratic opponent and direct them toward a third-party candidate. While there are currently 5 Democratic women running for president, and Clinton didn't name names, many have said her remarks appeared to be aimed at Gabbard. "I am a patriot. I love our country. I am a strong and intelligent woman of color and I have dedicated almost my entire adult life to protecting the safety, security, and the freedom of all Americans in this country," the Samoan-born Army veteran said. Gabbard has come under fire in part because she has defended dictators like Syrian dictator Bashar Assad and Egyptian strongman Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, whose regime has massacred protesters. She also recently accused Hillary Clinton of being a personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party for so long. After the former Secretary of State suggested that somebody who's currently in the Democratic primary is being groomed to be the third-party candidate, co-host Joy Behar tried to assuage Gabbard's gripes by suggesting that she is simply an unwitting asset of Russia, and added, "Not that that means you're stupid, but people can be used." Gabbard wasn't having it. "Let me start with how offensive it is to say that I'm a witting or unwitting asset of a foreign country, working against the interests of my country. A country that I am willing to lay my life down for," she said. "So if you are saying it's not deliberately, then you are implying that I am too stupid and too naive and lack the intelligence to know what I am doing. And that is extremely offensive to me and to every woman of color." Co-host Meghan McCain then wondered why Gabbard triggers so many people in so many different ways. Gabbard appreciated the softball question pitched right down the middle. "Because I'm speaking truth to power, and those in power know they can't control me," Gabbard answered. "So they view me and the truth I'm speaking as a threat to that power base." McCain then thanked the Congresswoman for not threatening to take away her guns, at which point Behar chimed in, "I'll take them." The interview went through 2 commercial breaks, but you can see one of the segments below. Clinton spokesman Nick Merrill told CNN in response to a question about whether she was referring to Gabbard simply said, "If the nesting doll fits." Gabbard responded later on, saying Clinton was a queen of warmongers, embodiment of corruption, and personification of the rot that has sickened the Democratic Party for so long. Hillary Clinton throughout her career has led with a foreign policy of interventionism and being the world's police going and toppling dictators in other countries that has caused such destruction and loss of life. Against that, Gabbard clapped back after the hosts asked her about the confrontation. "In running for president to change that, rather than actually debate me on the issues, she and others are resorting to these smear tactic campaigns seeking to undermine me, smear my character and sending a message to anyone who dissents toe the line, or you too will be smeared." Gabbard was deployed to both Iraq and Kuwait as a major in the Hawaii National Guard, and she's called for the end of endless regime change wars throughout her candidacy for president. In recent weeks, She has also been asked frequently if she would be running as a third-party candidate. Gabbard told The View that she would only run as a Democrat and came onto the show to set the record straight. She added, "And running to build a new Democratic Party." When The View co-host Joy Behar asked Gabbard why she appeared on Fox News, she said she wanted to speak to the entire electorate. "I am here to speak to every single American in this country about the unifying leadership that I want to bring as president, not just speak to those who agree with me," she said. "But to speak to those who may disagree with me, recognizing that I'm asking for the opportunity to serve every single person in this country." The Congresswoman is one of 2 Democratic women of color who are seeking the 2020 presidential nomination. Co-host Abby Huntsman asked her about electability in light of Senator Kamala Harris' recent comments about race and gender being the elephant in the room. Gabbard said, "I think the American people are ready for a president that will put people ahead of politics, put people ahead of profits." She added that in states like New Hampshire, where she campaigned yesterday, her campaign is building a coalition of diverse support, seemingly regardless of party affiliation. "Yes, it crosses party lines. It's people who are looking out for the best interest of our country. Which, by the way, makes me the best candidate to defeat Donald Trump," Gabbard said. "So that we can then begin to do the very important work that begins the morning after the election, to bring about the systemic change." The lawmaker recently changed course on impeachment proceedings against Trump, joining a growing list of lawmakers supporting the inquiry. Gabbard said after reading the transcript of a call between Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky that led to a whistleblower complaint, she had no choice. "Up to this point, I have been opposed to pursuing impeachment because it will further divide our already badly divided country," Gabbard said in a September 27 press release from her campaign. However, after looking carefully at the transcript of the conversation with Ukraine's president, the whistleblower complaint, the Inspector General memo, and President Trump's comments about the issue, "Unfortunately, I believe that if we do not proceed with the inquiry, it will set a very dangerous precedent." She said she didn't want future presidents or other federal leaders to get the idea that it's okay to abuse their position for personal gain without repercussion. Thanks.